Sometimes we get a feeling like we're faking it. Like I'm faking this whole thing, this whole life that I have, this character that I've built up, this persona that I've grown into. I get this quite a bit from people I coach, and they, Scott, I'm just feel like a faker. You can call it imposter syndrome, call it whatever you want. We all got it at some point in our lives. I'm just faking it. I'm not showing the world who I really am. I'm not being genuine. I'm not being truthful with my thoughts and my speech. I want to act a certain way, but I don't. I want to say certain things, but I can't. I'm faking it. And it reminded me, as I was walking home down Queen Street, walking west, and the scent in the air, it's like fall, it's crisp, it's beautiful. Takes me back 12 years ago, 2013. I'm in San Sebastian, Spain. Beautiful place. It's where I surfed for the first time. And since it was like Basque country, they were doing a huge festival and huge parties. Like for a week straight, it's a party from like 9 p.m. till 6 a.m. every single day. And there was this guy, and I wish I had his contact, wish I knew his name. I just forget, but he was with us for days. And he was the leader of the group. A unshaven dude, smoking weed, some ciggies here. We're all drinking, having a good time. The parties were incredible. They'd had firework competitions every day of the week. So you had this one company do it, and then this next company would compete, and the next company would compete. And this guy would lead the group. This is the party we're going to, everybody. This is where we're getting the drinks. This is where we're going to after. It was planned out. And you just had a confidence in this guy too, because he was so sure of himself, and he was leading us all. And you know, I was 23, and I'm like, hey, I don't got to plan anything, and this guy seems to know what he's doing, and he hasn't let us down so far, so let's follow. And I don't know if it was day 4, day 5. We're with this guy. He wasn't a tour guide or anything. He was just someone in the hostel with us that were just like, he's taking the leadership role. I don't know, whatever. You know, people have trouble speaking up and wanting to take that on. So he volunteered. So let's follow. And after days of partying, and who knew I could hold that much liquor, and who knew I could live off that much sleep. But one day he comes up to me and he's like, Scott, and he's just lost his voice, like from all the yelling and getting everyone together. And he's like, Scott, I can't. I can't. I'm like, oh, what do you mean you can't? Yeah, I just can't. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He couldn't lead anymore. He couldn't give out the energy anymore. He was depleted for days and days of holding everybody together and people resting in his leadership. I can't. And I looked at him, well, I'm like, I can't? What do you want me to do? I can't lead this group of teens, of young 20-year-olds. They're backpacking. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they are. I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. I can't take the leadership role. Don't look at me. And I looked at him, and in his depleted, burnt out, sobering expression, I thought to myself, man, was he faking it the whole time? Was he this leadership dude? Or was he just faking the whole thing? And 10 years later, 12 years later, till today when I'm speaking with all of you, and I can't wait to go back there, of course he wasn't faking it. And neither are you. We build up certain characters to immerse ourselves in certain moments. And if you're feeling super depressed and you have to go to work, of course you're going to fake feeling well, because work treats us better when we feel better, when we express that we're in a good mood and we're getting work done and we're happy to be there. Of course, you got to fake certain things, build up a persona, put on some kind of mask, and work and shift your way into it. There's an argument that in order to be my true, authentic self, you have to get rid of all the masks. And I truly believe that if you feel like you're faking it, And you're in the, why do I have headphones on? That's why this felt weird. Have I been speaking loudly? Wow, that felt so weird. The reason that we get tired and we feel like we're faking it somehow is during the come down. During that come down, when he was finally sobered up, he got tired of the character he was playing. He got tired of being the character. And when I feel burnt out and I feel tired and all of that, I feel tired of a certain character that maybe I've been playing, a role that I've been in. And it doesn't matter if you're in a role as a parent, a role as a boss, a role as a coworker, a role as that certain friend that's supportive, a role of anything in your life right now. Sometimes we need a break from that role. And like we talked about last week, we need to honor the retreat for taking a break from that character. And all he was saying to me, I can't. He was like, I can't do the character anymore. I'm done. It was fun. It called for it. I was there. I was immersed in it. I loved it. But now I hit a wall. I gotta tune into this other part that needs me. And you realize that this whole faking it and this whole spiritual quest people have of authenticity, I can't put it into words, but other people probably can, that it's not once you figure out who you are, it's the one person who you are. You are. I was doing a focusing session last week with maybe I'll call her my guru. She might not like that. But you get into this deep state and you're resting. And I'm having trouble with these characters in my life sometimes and practicing to give them all compassion and the attention they need, right? You think about our guy in San Sebastian, Spain. He was giving attention to one character, 110% narrowly focused, done, forgetting about the other characters and the other parts of him that need his attention. So I'm in this focused state, and here's Desk Scott right now. And Desk Scott does videos, he does coaching, he does talks, he's on the computer, he writes emails, he offers his services of well-being, helping people to really shine, become the best they could possibly be, and honor themselves and be compassionate to themselves and offer themselves kindness. But then there's the Scott who plays with Ian, like you learned last episode, in the river with the stream, and every leaf that comes by the ankle is like a beautiful new moment that just emerges out of nowhere. And to be in that stream ankle deep with a guitar and sharing gifts. And then there's this Scott of even deeper adventure, of the one that needs to block everything out and go solo somewhere alone. Alone, solo, backpacking Scott that needs to travel the world and figure out the deepest and darkest secrets of the universe. Scott that will inherit the moment in the stream of consciousness with Ian. Desk Scott, doing this podcast right now, doing emails all day today, taking care of what is necessary to feed the other Scotts. Now listen up, this is where it all happens, my friends. This is where it all happens, and this is what I'd like to continue to teach for the rest of my days is these are all the parts of you that need nurturing from the whole self of you that holds them all in the palm of your hand. And when I hear the New Testament readings and Old Testament readings and the old Catholic songs of God holding us in the palm of his hand on eagle's wings, it brings to mind this experience I had last week and the experience of 12 years ago of honoring and letting our whole self hold all of these parts that are within you. Even the part of you that's questioning, is this all a fake? Who's this guy that's faking everything? I've been a fake my whole life. I've been a fraud. I've been an imposter. Even that part we make space for. and all the other characters that you've built up. Because the characters were very little and non-existent when we were born. You didn't need to be a character. You were taken care of. And then in order to take care of yourself and be a part of the world, you need to adopt these new characters. You need to adopt personas, acquire skills to present yourself where the world needs you. The world doesn't need you as a baby. My true and authentic self is to not have any masks, zero personas. No, then you are a helpless baby. The world needs you to be you, the part of you that holds all of these other parts and can access each and every one where it's helpful. And the spirit of you that is holding all these parts are in each and every one. And when we feel disconnected from ourselves, we're disconnected from the whole. The you that holds all of them in the palm of your hand as a witness on eagle's wings, and you feel like when you feel disconnected from yourself, it's because you're so immersed in that one character, too immersed, where you lose the connection to who you really are. And that's the you that is that character, and the other one that's taking a rest, and the other one that's taking a rest. All of these things are connected to your whole being, and all of these can rest, and you can make space for all of them. I hope that makes sense. And in future weeks, and again, I hope it takes less than a year with the course I'm coming out with, and I'm going to be interviewing people one by one to see if you'd like to come in and to see if it would be right for you. But to be able to access, and this isn't accessing other realms, you don't have to shove a crystal up your ass. No, this is none of that. This is a way to nurture yourself. If that thought has come up, I'm faking it. I hope I can show you that it's not faking. It's character and role immersion where you just need a little bit of more space. You need a little bit more dance. You need to see these things from a little bit of distance. And notice that you are part of all of these things. And I'm so lucky that this guy 12 years ago was the character that he was, and that he got rest from that. And that when it was time to step up, he stepped up. And this is what I mean when people doubt themselves, is they believe that they can't rise to a certain occasion and turn on a character. Now, I'm saying the word character. You can say anything you want. You can say archetype. And this is Carl Jung philosophies, and you could be, the warrior, the lover, the wizard, the magician, all of these things. If you'd like to look into that, please do. Same thing. If you've been locked up in a character for too long, locked up as a parent, locked up as a spouse, locked up as a sibling, and we get tired of being so narrow in that. And the retreat is to create distance, knowing that I can take a break from this character. And that's not all I am. And that's how we finish this episode, my friends. That's not all you are. You are the one that all the characters rest in. You are the safety net for all of them, where they just can relax into the palm of your hands. What's the church song? The Lamb. Like a shepherd, he feeds his flock. Oh my God, if my family's watching this, they are going to cringe me out. And gathers the lambs in his arms, holding them carefully close to his heart, leading them home. It's so unbelievable. The last thing I'll mention with you is sometimes in these meditations that I've been doing the last few years, there's a lot of fear, and you get scared because a lot of the songs in scripture and what's written in Catholicism and other religions all around the world, and Zen Buddhism, you experience in some of these meditations. And it makes me, I was asked, does it make you feel free and you're scared of the freedom, or are you scared of what this all means as far as your spiritual and religious practice? Because when you think about a God and all of us resting in the palm of its hands, the kingdom of God is within us, and to access all of these characters and all of who you believe yourself to be, and all of these personas and archetypes and all of it, you can make space for those things. And if this seems interesting to you, there's a link in the description, and just join that wait list and keep me on favorite sender guy on your Gmail accounts or whatever you got, so I don't go to your spam, because I'll send you an email in the later future. But what I've experienced in meditation has just helped me so much, and through self-compassion. So to answer the question, are you faking it? Oh, you're just in a character, and you just got to just take a little break from it. Go play some tennis. Be the tennis player. Go hiking. Go be in a stream. Go, I don't know, play basketball. Clean your house. Be the cleaner. But know that all of these parts and whatever you decide rests in your whole being in the palm of his hand. Take care, everybody. God bless you. And I really appreciate you all watching till this point. I appreciate every view, every listen, every comment. And I'm really blessed to be able to do this with my life. And days go by where I do take it for granted. I got to do a video. What am I going to talk about? I got to go give a speech. Nobody's going to listen. No, I'm not going to get through to anybody. Of course, self-doubt comes with all of these things that are worthwhile. Love you all. Can't wait to see you in the comments. Bye-bye.